to joy. I came down here to the studio this morning because I've been spending a lot of time today, and sadly not just today, in a lot of anger, a lot of fear and frustration. And actually the anger probably comes from those two things, from the fear and frustration. And so immediately I started seeking out some of my spiritual leaders, the people I look to help me during those times, and which seem to be kind of all the time right now. And I found Penache Desai this morning, and he said something that really resonated with me and made me run down here and kind of get out all of my little trinkets to play with this morning. And I thought maybe I would share this experience with you. So what he said just in that moment seemed really profound, even though I know I've heard it before many times. I know I've practiced it before many times as well, but I'm just having a really hard time practicing it right now. And so I want to try. So what he said is this: try to focus not so much on the limitations of others, but rather on your own boundless ability to vibrate in peace and love and joy. And so I know that this is truth, but I have a really hard time often putting it into practice when I see so many things out in the world that are not for the greater good. And even worse than that, often I see things being said and done that are actually trying to cause harm to others. And so then it becomes really hard for me to not focus on that, which he just calls, Penache Desai calls that limitations of others. And it becomes hard for me to recognize my own peace and love and joy. So I came down here and I pulled out some things to try to help me do that, and I thought I would share it with you. So what I have here are some gemstones, and I have some oracle cards, and you don't have to believe in any of this stuff. You don't have to think that these gemstones really mean what it is said that they mean. You don't have to think that the oracle card I pull was really sent to us by the universe, but because I don't even know if I do, to be honest, but what I do believe is that when I look at these things and I read these things and I hold these things, it creates a positive self-talk. It creates an energy that takes me away from those limitations and into something more boundless and wonderful. So that's why I'm doing this. Okay, so what I have first is I have these cards that represent some gemstones that I have here in this container. And so these are the cards. I'm going to look at this side, and then on this side is a picture and name of a gemstone. And I'm going to turn it over, and I'm just going to draw one of these randomly without looking, and then I'll take that gemstone out of my little collection here, and I'll tell you what it's supposed to mean so that we can draw in that energy instead of other things. Okay, so I'm going to pull this one. And it is called aventurine, or at least I think that's how you pronounce this. And so I have aventurine right here. It looks like this. And I'm going to put it in my little ringing bowl, which also has turquoise in there. That's from a earlier session I had. And the turquoise represents acting with strength in difficult times. That's pretty important right now. And then also finding balance with emotions and reason. So that's turquoise. But the aventurine that I just chose, aventurine, is supposed to represent good fortune, creativity, and noticing our abundance. That one feels like it's important right now. So noticing that we have enough, because a lot of us are experiencing fear around not having enough. Okay, so aventurine and turquoise are in here. Abundance and balancing our emotions and our reason. All right, and just the other thing I wanted to do to try to help me and maybe you achieve this feeling of boundless peace and love and joy, and trying to not give so much attention to the limitations of others, I want to pull out an oracle card. So I'm gonna have a bunch of these cards here, and then this book tells me the things that each card means. These cards, the book, when you look up the card, has like 3 pages for each card. So I'm just gonna search within the writing for the main message of the card, and I'll just read you that. So it'll only be a moment and not several minutes. Okay, so I'll choose just this one right here. And then this one is called A New Gown. The names of these cards are always very strange and don't seem to mean much with the message. I'm not sure where the names came from. And so A New Gown brings us this message. Okay, it says, this oracle comes to tell you that you are fast approaching a moment of a great leap, an evolutionary shift on your spiritual path. Your sense of yourself and your divine identity is about to be revealed and realized in a way more potent than ever before. This is wonderful. It is a divine happening. You must allow it. Okay? And then there's usually another message towards the end. Okay, yes, this oracle comes with sacred guidance for you. You are stepping into empowerment in a new way, and it is to be honored. Do not allow yourself to be dragged into dramas or power games. That's exactly why I'm down here right now, because I've been letting myself get dragged into drama and power games. You are worth so much more than that. You are tapping into your inner dignity, and others may not know how to respond. Some will respond with love and acknowledgement, others with fear and judgment, calling you too big for your boots, high and mighty. Those are voices of fear, not truth. Be in your dignity and power and keep going. It is the divine that urges you, not the ego. Do not doubt the changes happening within you now, and embrace them. I think I'm going to read that a few times today. Okay, so I don't know if this helped you at all, but I know it helped me. And so thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.